be, yeah, we should be live.
Yeah,
How you doing, Devin?
I'm doing great, buddy. When is it? Are we 17 days from Georgia?
Yes.
Are you going to
Yes.
be there?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've said before, I'm like, to me, it's like winning a Stanley Cup in Canada, winning the Dart World Championship in Great Britain, winning the 100-meter dash in Jamaica,
Yeah.
going to Georgia and winning an arm wrestling. That's awesome.
Well, that's the plan, right? It's like, listen, how big you are now?
How big do you think I am?
305 pounds.
Who's talking to you?
Really? I got it.
Hey, listen, I didn't say anything. I'm just saying who you're talking to. All I'm gonna tell you is that I have like fat back. My legs are fat. My fat ass, like I have fat on my body. Like it's pretty wild to be this chunky. I am pretty awesomely strong, I think. Really, like arm wrestling is tough to measure everything, but I think I'm pretty. I tell you, he better be ready.
Hey, I literally, we just talked with Ian Carnegie, and Ian, he said he pulled you, and he was a practice with when Brad was there and everyone, and he said he couldn't move you. He said like that was really like he's like, I think 11 third time, but I'm like, chill out a little bit.
One thing at a time. One thing at a time.
One thing at a, yeah.
But I am probably, it's weird, Ray. There's so many ways that you can get better in
Yes.
life, and it's so much to do with your base, the base things in your life. Like if you can make everything streamlined, make your relationships, your family good, your sleep good, put your mind at ease, all those little distractions. We're pulled a million different ways in our life. That's not our main focus. We've got our main focus, and then there's all these little things that if you can just get rid of all those, that's the biggest thing, I think. Just get rid of all that. All those things.
Yeah. Well, you are a professional athlete. In arm wrestling, you are the athlete. Like, listen, that bicep doesn't look big, but the forearm, like you can't even see the bicep from the forearm. Like with the picture you posted, I was like, this is this is big. Plus all the videos, your face is looking like I feel bigger than when you pulled Michael. I think you're bigger than you pulled Michael.
I think I will be. I think I will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Brian Shaw giving you eating tips?
Mm-hmm.
Is it so every day?
Whatever. There's no more water. I don't drink water anymore. What a waste of time.
I remember when you come to practice with 2 pitchers full of water and just drink those between done.
And now it's pop. It's pop, or it's like Boost or Ensure or like some kind of fruity drink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Waste of liquid. What a waste of liquid. It's got no calories in it. What are you wasting your time for? Yeah. Hanging around. Like, I feel like if I can get in proximity to someone, I can kind of take their energy a little bit, kind of absorb their lessons just by being close to them. And watching Brian, he's awesome. Like, Brian is very good at being big and strong. Really, really good at it.
Yes.
And there was something I picked up from him. A little bit. It's the mindset. There's a few little tweaks I made directly from Brian that definitely had some impact. And there's a bunch of people who've helped me, but Brian was a big one. One of the things that I try and do when I get massive is I do a lot of buffets. Like I'll go and just stuff myself, you know, and I still do that every once in a while. But what I've found, it's the same way as lifting weights. You know, you go to the gym and just crush it, like just kill yourself, and you'll be beat up for a couple days. Or you could go to the gym, work out, go gym, work
Rest,
out,
come
just
back. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 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 yeah,
same thing with nutrition. You know,
yeah.
just keep eating, just keep eating. Don't stuff yourself, and you'll actually get more calories in by doing that. You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
everything around here is a mass gainer or like, you know, I have no more water lying around my house anymore. Hey, Genadi's in
I
big trouble, man. I hope he knows it.
like I love the build up. I like and I think you like that he's talking to you, that there's actually engagement from both sides, right? Because most of the time guys will not do that. He's like responding to every single video. Like it's crazy. I rewatched the match, your match, a few times. Um, what was the biggest lesson you learned in that one? Like I feel like Gennady, his press will be still as deadly as it was. Like we saw it versus Michael. Like he pulled Michael really well. He just couldn't finish. He lost his hand really too quickly, right? Um, is and I feel like you must have been working more on inside than outside. The outside is still there.
Yeah. Anytime you face a guy who's a really good flopper, you got to adjust your game. Um, I believe that most of arm wrestling is about hand control and this ability to take the height and roll through. That's huge for me. It's a big part of my game. And especially at that time, I was really like I was down to like basically only training my rise. And actually, when I arm
Because
wrestled
we talked
Genadi,
about it like few months before. Remember, you said like, and I said like, you don't need that much hook, but you still need some. You're like, I don't think so. And we talked about top roll and how hook is more predominant in lower weight classes, and then boom, right?
true.
Sometimes, and I think anyway, good lesson. Like,
Yeah,
and I think you
yeah. And I
definitely
think that
worked on it
for like
a lot.
most of the arm wrestlers out there, it is the answer. Just, but the thing is, as soon as you get a guy who can, not everybody can do it, but you get guys who can really come in with their wrist, without a wrist, and for these guys, you need to focus on a different strategy. You know, you need that hooking pressing capability. You need it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I work my hook up very much, very much. So
Yeah.
if he wants to, I feel confident, right? Like I know where I am. I know where I was when I faced him
Mhm.
last. I am way better. Way better. Yeah. So he might be better in some ways, but I struggle to believe that he will be have improved as much as I have. And I think it was a really close match last time. Really close. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be a real bad day for him. Really, really bad.
Yeah, I do believe you are much stronger than you were the first time you met him, and but I also think Gennady will be super motivated and he will have superpowers there.
Me too.
Like like the whole house will be against you, even though like most of them like you, because like who doesn't like Devon Larratt, right? But it's gonna be
It's
very
gonna be
hostile.
great. It's
It's gonna
gonna
be
be
awesome.
so good. The energy in there is gonna be tremendous. And yeah, of course, it's Gennadi's house. It's Gennadi's backyard. Like it'd be the same thing if if somebody's coming into Ottawa
Yeah,
and saying that they're the king of Ottawa and they're the king of Canada and they're gonna kick my ass and make me look like a bitch in front of my people, I lose my shit, right?
yeah,
I would take that really personal, and
yeah.
that's what I've done. So I expect Gennady and the whole house to be on fire. That's what I want, but I'm coming to burn it down. Like I'm coming to burn that whole place down, and I love the Georgian people. I'm inspired by the Georgians, but I come to them with a great gift of defeat. You know, I'm gonna teach them a lesson right in their own house. I can't wait to do it. You know, they've beaten me up a lot over the years, and it's time for payback.
You've been talking for years. You want to go there and just
Oh
like
yeah.
train. Are you gonna stay longer, or that's not the plan?
You know, I wish I could, but I can't. I have
Mm.
I have an obligation that I have to get back for. I'm speaking. I'm speaking at the Joy Smith Gala, which is the following. So I have to. It's the anti trafficking for Canada. So
Okay.
I have to come back. I
Mm.
would love to stay in Georgia. I still like before I leave this earth. You know, I definitely want to spend a good chunk in Georgia because well, I just think it'd be great. I think those people are so freaking strong. But this one, I'm just gonna come in, mop up, declare myself a champion, and leave.
You should bring a crown just in case.
Oh, I've already got one. See
Yeah,
this?
you have it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right
Oh,
there. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Like you go through the modes. This is like full savage. What is it? What was the enemy of Wolverine? What's the
Saber tooth.
Sabretooth? Yeah, Sabretooth. Full Sabretooth mode.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
No, everything's great, Ray. Like there's always hiccups here or there, but all things considered,
mhm.
I am in tremendous form. I would put myself right now up against any version of my past, and I think I'm the favorite today. And you put me in the strap against anything right now, and I'm just too strong. I'm too strong.
Like this is exactly like one more time. One more time.
Listen,
What
there's a
would it
lot I've
take?
learned.
What would it take? What would it take? Like
Well,
for
it
your.
would take. I win dominantly here against Genadi. There's always this Vitali. You know, I I I find it very unlikely that I'll face the champ without having faced Vitali. Um, and who knows? Maybe there's another rematch in there, but I won't face him unless I really think that there can be something different.
Mhm,
I have figured out some stuff, and
mhm.
that'll be evident. I think it'll be evident when people see me compete this time. I think that people will look at me and be like, "Yeah, if that guy had pulled Levon last time, might have been a different story." Last time when I pulled Levon, I was like 260, 65. You know, I was doing everything I could. I was doing everything I could, but you know what? Like sometimes things don't work exactly the way you want them to, and your body just doesn't do what the mind wishes.
Mm.
Uh, a lot of lessons, a lot of changes have happened in my life since Levon. Before, oh, are we good, Ray?
Yeah, yeah. Something with the sound. It went off and then it came back.
Anyways,
But I heard everything.
everything is in place. Everything is now here for my continued success. So we'll see. We'll just see if I think I'm worthy, and if the sport thinks I'm worthy, it'll happen. It'll happen. Yeah.
But like, you are one of the rare guys that just keeps like you take every single loss, and I feel like you keep getting better. I do believe if any version of you like that faced Levon was the strongest one, and if you say that version you're stronger than that version, I have to believe you because you look great. I have been hearing like from the people in Canada that pull you and practice with you that is just terrifying. Like doesn't make any sense.
I don't
Like
feel anybody anymore. Everybody feels like a kid.
everyone
Seriously.
feels the same, right? Everyone feels the same.
I don't feel anybody anymore. There was a while there I was just pulling people with two hands. Just two hand work.
I also heard that. I also heard that you pulled some good guys with two hands, some really good guys.
That's where I was at, Ray. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. A lot of pieces have fallen into place. Many pieces. You know.
Yeah.
Uh We will
Listen,
see, buddy. We'll see.
uh, Vitali, he is the weirdest one. As everyone ranks him so high, yet on a rank like he has beaten only one guy from top five, I think, right? And but we all know that he's super dangerous, and for most armors are very very uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
Would he be the guy like for you just to okay, because like you need that check so you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. I know he's ranked low. He's had some like he's lost to Hermes. He had that really weird loss against Dave. Um, but then he comes back. Look at I've always rated Vitali really high. I think that everybody sees his potential. Everybody, his frame, just his frame alone. And sometimes he just makes it look so easy. When he's hot, he's really hot. And then when he loses, I'm always like, how did he lose?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just like I just have such a hard time when I see him lose. I know he's really good. He's really, really good. And I also know that it's been a lot of people have been they've said that I'm ducking him or that I somehow I'm avoiding him. I would have pulled him before if he had been on the way, but look, it's come to a point where I feel like I have to pull him. Like if I want to pull Levon, I think I should pull Vitali. I also think that the progression right now is pretty set. And I do think that Vitali will probably just pull Levon.
mhm.
I won't be surprised if he pulls him next. I know that Michael said that if he wins, he wants to pull him. I would do everything I could to tell Michael to not do that. Like if I could have Michael's ear, I'd be like, don't do that. Even if you win, don't let Vitali pull him. Take your rest, and then pull him in the fall or the winter,
Because he's
early
been
winter.
too active too long. I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
yeah,
he
fair enough.
needs
Gotcha,
no.
gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah, and then maybe so Vitali could pull, and who knows how that match would go. I suspect Levon will win. It's really hard to beat Levon. But then maybe I'd have a chance to pull Vitali, and
Mhm.
yeah. Anyways, it's
Man,
gonna
that's
Ray. Look at you lose to Levon. You say you're never gonna pull Levon again, and I'm gonna pull in the weight categories. Last time I pulled Prudnik, dusted him, and I'm like, there's nobody here. And then I'm right up in the super heavyweights. Pull Levon. I'm never gonna pull Levon ever again in my life. Go down, pull Petrenko. I'm like, there's nobody here for me. Right back into super heavyweights, and I feel like I've met so many people now who are so smart and who are helping me so much and just giving me expertise in areas that I was really not that knowledgeable in, and now I feel different. I feel heavy. Like my muscles, I feel heaviness to my musculature. I've never felt that in my life. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'm just full of shit. Maybe I'm just full of shit. I'm gonna
I
lose.
don't think so. I don't think so. I think you kind of this introduction to the strength sports and everyone has good tips, especially for people that have accomplished great things they can give you, and something will resonate, something will not resonate, right? And I do feel like you have a lot of things you can improve. Like you can,
Ray, isn't this funny? Here is Levon. You know what this is? That's a flag on my ceiling. It's upside down. It says "Be great."
be great.
So one side here, one side here.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man. I wanted to share before we go. There's few super chats and people are like, Ray, please get those super chats going. So our mutant says 300 pounds possible. 250 pounds. Is it possible, that one?
You know, it's funny. It's funny around here, around this house, the new joke is becoming 400-pound Devon.
Okay.
This is the new little funny thing that I like to tell to Jody. I'll be like, listen, all those old goals I had, they're gone. Now get ready for 400-pound Devon. She loves that idea, by the way. She's so happy. She's
She's so
so
happy.
happy that
Yeah.
she just wants more man. She's like, wow, I get even more of you. She's like,
I I I had a great idea for a skit that I will film tomorrow. It's about you, of course. So just wait for it. Jody will love it.
Jody loves your skits. She'll be super happy. She's so
Josh
happy.
Fernandez, he's sorry. He said Ray, we got to know his weight. Also, rest in peace, Genadi. Yeah, it's 350 plus pounds for sure. Devon only needs to eat like a champ for 11. Hey, Devon, just say go. All the best. You're going to destroy Genadi. Just focus. Devon's energy and smack talk is only making every one of his competitors better. The voice of Armwrestling. Devon versus 11, grudge match, no title on the line, Shaw Classic with King's Move allowed because it's not East versus West rules. A bunch of.
I like that. I like that.
Devon's fully on board on that.
My left is ready to go if he wants it in Georgia. If he just decides.
No. Yeah, I don't. He's left. He doesn't even wanna. I think it's pretty
Yeah,
bad.
I know.
It's
I
pretty
know.
bad. Yeah.
I know, but still.
Yeah. Listen, I saw Neil Pickup was in the chat. I was in Arm Wars 2 weeks ago for Dark Card. Comes out this weekend. Some great matches. Tom Holland versus Mindaugas. It was the main event. But the match everyone should see is you met the Viking, Philip Larson.
Yeah. Yeah.
He pulled Terrence Upperman in a great match.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think every single person will love it. And we have Lauren Shawley. I had an opportunity to pull Tim Talmadge. Tim been asking for me for like 3 years or something, and I keep saying he's too big. But I was strong enough to take him on, and it was fun.
Did you see me chuck him over the chairs in Atlantic City? Were you there for that?
I have the video.
Oh, good.
If you, but it was kind of crazy video, so I did posted it.
Yeah. That was a fun night. Yeah, I think I was probably completely out of control, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah. Like arm wrestling is going like everywhere, and it's crazy. But like East versus West and King of the Table right now is an absolute pinnacle. I think the things East versus West, Engin, every single person involved, we have done together with you, me, like everyone that's been involved, right? It's just crazy. Like Engin's passion has brought us to a different level of arm wrestling, and we just have to, like, I'm just waiting to see how this plays out at this point, because it's insane that we have finally having a chance to see East versus West. And I think from the top 10, you have pulled like almost all the guys. It's few guys that you haven't pulled, right? It's like Vitali is one of them. Who else you haven't pulled from? I think everyone else you have pulled.
No, there's still Morozov.
Yeah.
Who's the other Kazakh who's really awesome? He just lost to Vitali.
Okay, yeah. Zeranov.
Right.
Yeah.
Him. I haven't pulled Rivas.
Yeah.
I've pulled a lot. Oh, there's the young Swede.
Yes, Tobias.
Tobias. Yeah. Also Corey West. I mean, there's guys in the top 10 who, and especially in the left, that's just starting to wake up again. My left is gonna make some waves. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I think I can. I'm gonna tell you, Ray. I believe that I can get 4 crowns right now.
I heard that. Yeah. But can you listen? Do you really want to go down to 105 kilos again?
Look my best chance would be at 115. He's got the 115 also.
Okay, yeah, he has 115. Yeah.
Whatever he wanted, but I think at 115, I think I'd be a very solid threat. Very solid threat for Alizan.
I would love to see that, because I think Alizan he's very special.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, I think he's the best pound for pound on left right now, and I think you're the best pound for pound on right. And just to see you guys clash, and if your left is even somewhere close where the right is,
it's getting very It's getting in the conversation. It's not my right, but it is worthy. It's worthy of it, I think. So I'll be fishing for that one a little bit too, if I could. And look at me at 115. That's no problem. No problem. Anytime, anytime, anytime. 105 is a bit more work, but I can do 105 too. If it means another crown,
You just love suffering.
I just love winning those little. I just like the idea of having 4 crowns or 5 crowns, or I like that. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. No, I
Yeah.
think it's. I would love to see that if Alajan would pull you and 115, like that's a match for sure.
And the suffering part of it, Ray, like I think it's healthy.
I think so too.
Like people say that water cut and everything is unhealthy. I didn't need a sauna. I didn't need those tabs that diuretics. Like that was just lots of walking, slight change of diet, and a little bit of water manipulation at the end. But I think it's healthy. I think like I felt so healthy afterwards. So I think, for me to build that into, me getting as big as I can and then every once in a while doing it, I think that's good for me.
Hmm. It's clearly not, but there's like levels how far you go. When it gets dangerous. But I do
95 kilo
believe.
would be dangerous.
I think when you get like too dehydrated, of course, it's bad for the brain for everything. But little bit of that, like mentally, because you have to be strong, like because you want to give up all the time. Like most of the time when it gets like you want to drink so bad.
I never did.
You never did? Yeah, you
Not
told
one
me you don't
time.
have that voice. You know.
Not one time, Ray.
No,
Nope.
I hate you so much.
I was just like, this is awesome. I'm going to win. This is amazing. I'm going to kick his ass. That little guy, I'm going to be so big and he's going to be so little. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Chlopchik.
East vs West 16. There's the worst technician. He's going to face one of the best technicians. Todd Hutchings is going to face Irakli. I rewatched the match versus Irakli and Todd like in detail today. I did an analysis video on it, and Todd pulled so well. Like he pulled so perfectly just to stop everything. It was almost 3 years now ago, right? What do
Yeah.
you think now? What do you think now? Because Todd Hutchings has been the kryptonite of every top roller. Like it's so hard to beat him with a top roll. You have to
Yeah.
be that guy. You have to be this guy.
Yeah. And it's I don't even want to just say top roll because I remember when he pulled Sagoff and I was like, bad matchup for Todd. I'm like, there's going to be a problem. And then he beats him too. You know, truth is just a super bad guy. Like he has so many of the things it takes to win in an awkward fashion. So I think that one of the qualities that is kind of a requirement to beat him is to be able to work your way through a tangled web, you know? Like you need to be strong enough, one, to hang with them, and then endurant and like cool under fire so that you can kind of work through the very strange puzzle of strength and pressure that Todd Hutchings possesses. Irakli is the champion, and certainly up for the task. Um, he's the favorite right now, if I'm recalling correctly. I think I've been popping over on Armbet, and I think he's always closed out. Pretty sure that the world has Irakli picked as the favorite this time. I always feel like such a dummy when I always pick against Todd because I normally do, and then he wins. He wins. So hey, I'm going to curse him this time, and I'm going to say he's going to win again. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. The problem is can you pin him 3 times? You got to be pretty smooth. Irakli is that. Irakli is all the things I think that it takes to beat him. Like the guy pulls with Levon all the time. He should be able to beat him. He should. But he didn't last time. Why didn't he beat him last time?
Yeah, Todd put a lot of brakes on him because he at one point, because Todd has this awkward moment. Sometimes he goes to a pin pack, he gives up too much of his pronator, and then the guy pulls him back, and then he readjusts, and the arm doesn't move. So
Yeah.
he did that, and Kirakli was fully stuck. I think he pulled much better now versus Sasho than the first time. He goes more sideways over because you have to challenge a little bit of that side pressure. You have to, like, if you just think you're going to pull him out with back pressure, Todd doesn't move. The strap just holds you in place.
How old is Irakli?
Yeah.
How old is Irakli?
26, I think, or 27.
Yeah,
Something.
so he had from 23 to 26.
Yeah.
Those are some pretty awesome years of development. You would think that those 3 years, 23 to 26 for Irakli, have been a whole lot better than Todd. What is it, 55 to 58? I don't know how old.
You would want to think like that, but
You would want to. You would really want to.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I know it's a lot more complicated than that, and I maybe Todd's life is really sorted out right now, but all the numbers would point towards Irakli slightly.
Yeah. But it's a weird one. It's a weird one for me. I have Todd as a not the big favorite, but like let's say 60-40
The
because
thing
of
that swings me a little bit is I know that he doesn't like to hear this, but Todd is actually doing a little bit of a King's move these days. So that might win him some bonus points.
it was top rolling a little bit. But then like before his match versus Yoshinobu Karai, I confronted him because I showed him a video where he was top rolling. He top rolled Prudnik, and then remember we were commentating, and then he dumped it and went back to the hook. And I think then when he could actually top roll Yoshinobu Kanai, he didn't.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of opportunity.
Embrace it. Embrace it.
Yeah.
I see him becoming a King's mover. He doesn't want to accept it, but hey, don't deny yourself a victory because you're chasing this excellence theory. I love to see when Todd Hutchins King's moves. I love it.
Man. Yeah. I do feel like he's becoming more complete arm wrestler. It's for me, that's one of the big matches. I think yours and Genadi, Irakli, and then Adamus versus Michael Todd. Like, if that isn't like absolute banger back and forth, I don't know, because Michael is very different. But I do feel like Hermes is exactly the guy that was always needed to beat Michael. But Michael is probably the best version of him. Like, because he didn't really train specifically before, right? And now he goes crazy. And yeah, I'm also worried because he's going for records every single time. And this is not how life works. This is not how sports work. And there's a line where you should be like, stop, this is enough. This will be enough, right? But for him, I think he believes that how will he know when it's enough, right? So he just keeps on going.
It's enough. It's enough, Michael. If you're watching, it's enough. Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love and I agree with you. This match is completely insane. Completely. We talk about this match all the time in this house. We're on different sides of the fence on it. I think that Michael is going to pull it off. Auden leans a little bit towards Hermes. We're really invested in this one. I think the match is going to stop. Is what I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that when it stops, I think Michael just starts to slowly get in there. Hermes is going to have to be very intelligent if he wants to win. He can't rush it. He can't rush it, and it will take lungs. It will take cardio. Like, these guys are going to be tested.
Yes.
They're both looking so incredible. You know what I love most about this match? My favorite thing? Pick it up. Pick it up.
Pick it up.
Pick it up.
And then he picked it up. You know.
I love it when Mike posts his lips and you hear Rebecca just freaking out. He's like, get angry, Michael. Let's go. Yeah.
That's full support. That's full support.
Beautiful.
I think Michael will come in more ready than ever because I do. He knows this is the match. If he doesn't win this match, again, how long till he climbs back to 11? Right? How long? But if he wins this one, 11 is on the plate. Maybe next, or maybe he will take a time off, like you would suggest, and I would suggest as well. But I think it's going to be just absolutely amazing. I think Hermes knows exactly what he needs to do. What the thing is that is interesting with Michael, he's much better from the go, even if he top rolls. He took Gennadi's hand like this right at the go, and that was the thing that, of course, Genadi couldn't climb because he gave up his hand, and maybe should have laid down and try again or whatever, right? But he fully committed, bleed himself out. If he does this to Hermes, like then it's going to be, in my opinion, almost impossible to win.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Hermes gotta have full hand control and work through it. Anything less than that, it's a murder, like bad. And even if he does have hand control, he's gonna have to be smart, because that sticky point on Michael has now gotten to stupid levels.
Yes.
Like, we've never seen anybody lift 198 pounds in that lift. You can say whatever you want about the form. That weight is coming off the ground, and it's coming off the ground in a fashion very similar to how he pulls.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The transfer is absolutely there. Even his, like, what he does outside side pressure.
Yeah.
Like, everything is
at some point in the match, you're gonna bump into that. Like, you might not bump into it when they say go.
Yeah.
But at some point, you're gonna run into that. And then what? You got to work through that. And that's gonna be difficult. So I got Michael. I got it in an absolute war. Like, I think that there's no way that this match is easy.
Mm-hmm.
No friggin' way. Like, I suspect, like, that this might, like, we've matches that I've seen where it's like crazy cardio, like Vitaly versus Dave 1.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy, right? Camille versus Michael, like
Hermes versus Levin.
Hermes versus Levin.
Right.
Well, I think Hermes and Michael this time, I mean, the first time they faced already, that was a psychotic match.
Yes.
I think that this one is going to be completely psychotic. That's what I think. I think that they're both going to be like, they should really just stop what they're doing and do cardio. That's what they should do. No more weights. Just do cardio for a couple weeks, because you're going to need it.
Just alright. Yeah. Hermes, like, I talked with him, and he said he got a little bit sick and he didn't feel so great. And then he said after being sick for a week, he comes back. He said, everything that I had pain, no pain. He's like, I feel so strong now. So he's doing cardio. I know, like, he knows, like you can't avoid it. You can't, like, as hard as Mike is working, you have to work just as hard, minimum, right? Just as hard. And you know exactly, like, of course, something can surprise you, but Hermes knows the angles and positions he needs to hit to be strong, to win.
Yeah.
But imagine if Mike comes out with something unexpected, because Mike likes to start in that press. He likes to, and he can switch it up from one to another. Which, like, I don't think anyone can do it as fluidly as he can. Absolutely psychotic match, like you say. I would love, like, listen, this would be worth like a main event just for a reason, so we can all sit down and enjoy, right?
Oh yeah.
Just put.
Oh yeah.
Because like, most likely you will pull after, right? So you won't have a chance.
I don't know. And you know what?
You don't know the order.
I'm not
okay.
sure. I think that there's a bunch of matches that they could have as the main. Like, there's a bunch of great matches.
Well, the weird one is Vitaly versus Morozov. Morozov is the 8-0 champion, beaten every single person. Somehow the one got injured, the other one get injured, and they didn't meet with Vitali. Vitali was always contender. Vitalik has pulled just 2 matches on left arm. The only guy that they both pulled is Tobias, right? And yet I did a poll where I asked like, who will win? It's insane. From 8,000 votes, 11% says Morozov will win. 89% says Vitali will win.
He's a shutout stake. He's a shutout stake on arm bet, and nobody's picking him.
Really?
Nobody's picking him.
But
Nobody's even picking him to win a round.
Do you think it's because of the right arm, like how he handled Morozov easily with right arm?
Well, there is that, and then I've always thought that Vitali was the best. I have. Look at Morozov's incredible, right? But the thing is Vitali is going to probably take your wrist. And if you don't have like a king's move or a flop style, like good luck hooking him. What are you going to hook Vitali?
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
You're gonna top roll Vitali?
Well, you kind of can try, right?
Yeah, you can try, but if you don't have like an outer like fallback,
exactly,
top roll, like
yeah,
good luck just blasting through him. Who's gonna do that?
Yeah, but I have seen Morozov use press more. We saw it versus Kurdecha. Like if I would prepare for this match,
I understand, but
I don't think you can do this.
Vitali just pulled Camille,
Yes.
And there's no way. I don't think that Morozov can press like Camille.
Yes.
So if Camille can't do it, like, good luck. Good luck, Morozov. Good luck.
Yeah. I just it's just weird situation, right? The undefeated champ, it's 10-1, which is absolute craziness. I have Vitali also, but I don't have it like with such a big margin because I do think Morozov is smart enough to come in with a game plan how to beat that technique. Not trying to arm wrestle him like he arm wrestles, but be smart about it.
And you say Morozov's a champ, and I think that we recognize that, but at the same time, who's beating Vitali? Like, he kind of got appointed. He got appointed as the champion. And I think if you had taken a poll, it was okay. So left hand, Dennis was the champion.
Yes.
Dennis fell off. In my mind, the number 2 definitely was Vitali Laletin. Definitely. Or at the time before
Levon.
Right. Levon, before he blew his wrist, right? So there's Levon and there's Vitali. Okay. Morozov to me was not third. Like he was maybe third. Maybe third.
Yeah.
Like to me, it always has been Vitali. Vitali always has been the guy. He just, for whatever reason, he hasn't been given it.
How big of an upset would be if Morozov wins? If
big. That's a big one.
Yeah.
I
think also his matches with left arm, like sometimes he went to war with Dadikian, right? And then Dadikian lost to Prudnik, and of course, like many different things happen and things like that. But you kind of don't know. It's such a weird position to be in. Like I'm looking at this match, and it's a very important match. I think like if Vitali is the deserving champion, he should win. Absolutely, he should win.
Yeah.
And then set him up. Devon Larratt, Vitali Letin, left arm. Let's go.
I mean, I hear you, right? I'm currently unranked in the super heavyweight, but yeah, I agree. You should give me a title shot right to the top.
Straight to the top. Straight to the top.
Yeah.
Do you have anyone on left arm you want to pull? Of course, Morozov, right? Morozov?
Let me remind how the situation went. So I was talking shit to Dennis at the press conference. And then Morozov stepped up and he was like being a tough guy. And he's like, I'll pull you. So I was like, sure, let's do it. And as far as I'm concerned, I beat him that night. You know, as far as I'm concerned, like, he left the stage, total disaster. But I am quite certain that that night I would have beaten Morozov. Now, he's going to lose to Vitaly. I don't know that I really want to pull a loser, you know. Kind of loses its appeal a little bit to me. Like when he had the crown and the gauntlet, I was like, oh, there's a juicy little treat, a little low-hanging fruit that I can maybe pick off. And yeah, look, I'd love to pull the guy, but I do like the idea of matches that are really significant or title shots. You know, those are always the most appealing to me. Yes, Morozov and I have a little history there, and yeah, we could for sure pull. Give me Denis Saplankov.
You think you can get it? You've been asking for Dennis for a lot. And I didn't see his live with Engen today. I didn't have the chance to watch it yet. But like, does anyone know? Like, is he coming? Because he's trying to come back, but
if he's coming back, you know, I'd love to smoke him left-handed too, you know, because I think he's such an idiot. Really, this guy's a really, really dumb dude. No, really, Ray. Don't even roll your eyes. It's the truth. This guy is a dummy, and I would love to arm wrestle him for that reason alone, just because he's so dumb. You know, like I would really love to pull him. So him is always at the top of the list. You give me a left-handed Dennis match, oh, let me sort that dude out. I will be very motivated to set that straight. And
who's the greatest left arm of all time?
Vitaly would beat him.
No, but I'm asking you, what do you think? Who's on your list? Best left hand of all time?
I think Vitaly's the best that there's been.
Really?
Yep. Yep. I think Vitaly in the shape he's in now would beat Dennis. Yep. At his best. Yeah.
At his best.
At his best. Yep.
Interesting. That's an interesting one. Yeah. Oh. Listen.
Look, here's the thing. Yes, Dennis had big muscles. Dennis had some great big muscles, and Dennis had a great bone structure. But really, the guy arm wrestles like a kindergarten kid. Really. Like, really doesn't arm wrestle well. Like, I know that he doesn't. He's just tremendously, brutishly strong. I hope that people don't measure too much of how great he is by the time when I pulled him in 2018. Because I am not to be considered one of the best left-handers of all time. I'm not. Like, there's many people above me in that list. So don't be like, oh, Dennis beat Devon so badly that day. Like, don't be like, oh, that makes him so good. No. Travis is a question mark. Vitaly is a question mark. And even Levon, before he blew his wrist, probably would have beaten Dennis. You know, these are the names that stand out for me. Dennis is as big as his muscles are, and as big as his bones are. You know, I think the other three guys have him beat tremendously in technique and athleticism. So, yeah, my pick would be Vitaly.
Okay. Not my pick for sure.
Who would you pick?
Dennis. From all the achievements he had with left arm, his dominance versus who he fought. He won all the Zlotys every single time. Like, it wasn't vendetta times, but I don't think he has lost on left arm. Am I correct?
So he won a few tournaments back in the day. He beat Pushkar. Pushkar too. I'd be Pushkar lefty.
That is true. Yeah.
You know, like, he beat Pushkar. That's really, like, who else?
Yeah, because most of the time it was just Pushkar there, right?
Yeah. Like, who did he beat? Did he ever beat Travis?
Yeah.
He never beat Travis. Did he pull Vitaly?
No, not like when Dennis was on, Vitali wasn't Vitali, right?
Right.
Or like to put Vitali on that list, I need more than two matches. I
Did
need
he
them
ever
two.
pull? Did he ever pull Levon?
No,
And so he won a couple Nemirovs.
I think it's more than couple Nemirovs. I think he won almost all the time left arm. I think almost every single time he won left arm. Because yeah, but yes, you're right. He just pulled push card most of the time. He just pulled push card
Yeah,
out.
and I beat Pushkar.
Uh,
So don't get
I
super
have to I
excited.
have to rethink my list now. Thank you, Devin. Thank you, Devin.
Look, he's real big. He's got great big muscles. Okay, but this isn't bodybuilding. It's not bodybuilding.
It's not bodybuilding, no.
Not
But
bodybuilding.
arm wrestling, there's a lot of ways to win, right? We know that.
Yeah,
I want to ask you. Brett Grundy was there with you,
yeah.
train. So he's facing Bacho. For me,
Mhm.
I think Brett hasn't faced a level of competition that Bacho faced. It also competed on the highest level. He pulled worlds, great there, and he pulled very well versus Reno. And I rank Reno very high, as we know. Like he's right now East versus West champion, and he WAF world champion. So we know Reno is great. But Brett Grundy, for what I heard, was asking for this match for quite some time. He was asking for Bacho. You know something that I don't know, or
Brad's good. He's real good. He's really good. He's obviously he's gonna try and top roll him, right? Like he can crack his wrist, he's in the game. Brad's very good. He's very good. I don't know how the match is gonna go. I think stylistically, the matchup is just fine for Brad. I think it's just fine. Bacho is awesome, and he's just improving very quickly. I'm sure. Um, Probably the favorite, but I would not say that Brad doesn't have a chance. I think he's definitely got a chance.
yeah, Brett's the weird one for me because sometimes you don't expect him. He's so good. He's smart. He has a lot of things in his arsenal, and when he's committed, he's committed. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, we have female rematch, and there's much more. Like for me, one of the favorite matches on the card is Sergey Kalinchenko versus Frank Lamparelli because I also think it will be an absolute bloodbath. Most likely, Frank will take the hand, but can he stay away from getting pinned? Even because Kalinchenko can pull without the hand, but that's 115. That will not be the same Kalinchenko that faced Tsvetkov, So, but Fia versus Malin. How do you see that match?
Um, yeah, we're torn around here in this house as well on that one. It's a great match, really. Um, I lean towards Malin. I they're both incredible, really. I feel bad for even picking anything because I think that they're obviously very close. Not just on the arm wrestling table, but these are good buddies, and I just think that maybe Thea has an advantage in a stopped match, and Malin has an advantage. Right when they say go, and I think that sometimes when somebody has taken a break, that a lot of times people think, oh, they haven't been active. They're not going to be as good. But then sometimes the reality is they haven't been active. They're hungry. They've been working. They haven't had a chance to really show how great they are. And then they've been building up. And they're not burnt out. They're not, beat up from competition. And they have this amazing presentation. And I feel like Malin has been just far enough away from competition at that level that this is just a tremendous opportunity for her to showcase how good she is. And she won the last one.
Did you pick her in the last one, or did you pick Fia?
No, I think last time I picked Fia.
I just again, rewatched the match every single time. Clean takes the hand like completely zero chances.
very fast. She's
Very fast.
uncommonly explosive. Really,
Yes.
really kind of fierce that way. So, I that's a lot to handle. Really, someone who can hit like that, it's very problematic. Um, I think the good thing for Fia is that it's 4 rounds and gives her more of an opportunity to get into the match. But I I never know how to call. I think if the match stops, it moves towards Fia, and I think if there's domination, it's from Malin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There is that. Well, Fia has been so dominant lately. Just buff world champion. I think 3 years in a row, and just been looking amazing. And
yeah,
yet, I feel like Malin is the kryptonite to whatever she's asking. Because there's
yeah,
always someone that is. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I got Malin as a slight favorite.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Which is the most favorite match, except for your match on the card for you? Is it Hermes
Uh,
Todd?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big match. One step away from Levon, and just watching these guys, like Mike's on a mission, right? Like I just, I've known Michael for decades, and I've never seen him like this. Like Mike's always intense. He's always focused, but this is something different, really. I think that anybody who follows him can see that. Um, and Hermes, I can say the same thing. This very important match. The heavy super heavyweight title is the most coveted crown that there is in the sport, and people commit their lives in really wild ways to go after it.
Yeah.
And it's a big match. It's a big match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me too. It's probably the
Yeah.
biggest match on the card. For
Okay.
Yeah, and I think yours and Genadi will be with all the craziness, and of course you want to take the rematch, and it's like there's so many of the matches. I just keep looking at the card and I get super excited. Then there's also Prokopchuk versus Jacques, right? They have never pulled. Somehow they have never pulled like in competition. Like and everyone's like Prokopchuk, like much smaller, yet he has some crazy things he does on table. So I'm excited to see that one. Can he pull it off? Because I have Jacques as the favorite, and then we have Betkili versus Petrenko, right? Lefty at 95 kilos. Did
Yeah.
you scare Did you
Another
scare him away from
another George.
95
Yeah.
kilos? Did you scare him away from 95 kilos?
He should be in 95. Really, he should be.
You think that's the best for him? Yeah.
Yes, of course, of course. Look at if under the current rules, you must be over your division. If you're under the current rule set, like cutting is part of it. It's part of the game. Until they decide, the powers that be decide to change that in some way, you must be over your division.
Mhm.
You don't must, but like your
It's
division
better.
is
It's better.
your division is at least 10% less of your walking body weight. That's what it is. So
Mhm.
if you're walking around 253, then you're at 231. If you're walking around 231, your division's 90. You're at least 10 kilo, at least.
Mhm.
That's not hard. That's not difficult at all to do. Like in this world of weight cutting and water cutting, like 10% is a joke. Like that's nothing.
So if you're 350-pound Devon, your real weight class is 315 pounds.
Not for me. Those percentages don't work for me. No. I'm more of a 30% kind of guy.
30%. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
I have striking distance. Look at if I'm 330,
Yeah.
make no mistake, I can hit the 105 kilo in 4 weeks. Make no mistake. And I will be the most shredded, ripped up 105 thing. Well, I won't actually weigh 105 when I fight you. I'll probably be 300 pounds on the day of competition. But I can hit that weight, no problem, no problem. Easy.
Now listen, Jody wants a little bit chubby. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. I would be down there. Jody just likes me fatter. So
Yeah. She's like,
I
get
don't
some
mind.
butter on it. Put some butter on the butter.
Right? I got all this weight gainer sitting around my house. It's so funny. It's so funny. The kids come over and eat my weight gainer. I get mad at them.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, that weight gainer is all mine. And they're like, Dad, we need it. And I'm like, you need to go outside and eat snow. And they're like, no, we're hungry. And I'm like, eat snow. Anyway,
Yeah. That sounds like you. That's exactly how you sound like.
right?
How is your training right now? Are you going for PRs, or you still keeping a little bit in the tank and more of gaining in some other ways?
Um, every day I kind of decide what I have to do. Um, I'm aware that really, like, at this point it starts to become about polishing, really. You know, but we're less than 3 weeks. What is it? Yeah, it's like 17 days, you know.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
Over. Yeah.
I don't have to do much now, really. Like, I like to lift still, but the truth is I don't have to do much. Like, really, I focus on my health now. I focus on my health. I focus on eating and sleeping and stretching. And if I feel a little kink, I work it out. I'm still training, but I'm pretty much done, you
You
know.
feel like that. You feel okay.
I hit all my
But
marks.
you still do practices, right? Or also coming
I
down.
think I'm done.
You
I
think I'm
think I'm
not?
done. I think I'm
Okay.
about done. Yeah, I don't really need to. The thing is, I love to go to practice. I love to arm wrestle, but the
Yeah.
truth
Yeah.
is I don't need to now. I don't need to. The work
Yeah.
is done. Like, I
Yeah.
can just heal now, and I just want to have the best day. I want to have the best day. I don't want to have any excuses. Um, I'm gonna teach this guy to never ever challenge me again. He will never challenge me again after this. Yeah.
You should give a call to Michael and tell him he also should rest now.
I did that last time. I called him last prep. I was like, buddy, I'm like, settle down. I'm like, come on. Come
He
on.
yes, no problem. And then new video, new PR drops. 10 minutes later.
Let's go. Pick it up.
Okay,
Get
Devin,
mad, Michael. Yes, sir.
I'm not going to take any more of your time. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in Tbilisi. Get massive. 400
Yes.
down, Devin incoming. Yeah,
Love you, Ray.
I'll quickly check if there's some super chats I missed. Is Vitali ranked 7 on the right? Devin, great to see you. You will win. I'm 100% sure. Best of comfort on 15. Sebastian from Germany. We talked about that. Devon, how does one become more masculine and better man? How to go from weakness to strength, confidence, and peace? Ooh, can you answer that? It's a great
Mm,
question.
well, how do you become better? I think really there's something that I always heard when I was serving. There was a statement that was always made. It was a statement that the unit that I worked with really lived by, and it took me a long time to really to understand it. It took a long time. It's so simple, but you know, it's mission before self. And when you're serving in the unit, it was simple to understand. It just meant put the mission, you know, above you. And but that can be for anybody. Mission before self, and your job. What is your job here? What is your job here on this planet? And just to put that very high, you know, to put your purpose. Your purpose is higher than yourself. You must do something. You must be a part of something. You must achieve something. You must build something. You must fix something. You have a mission. Embrace your mission fully. And it's more important than, you know, getting your video game fix, or, you know, getting that lollipops in the store, or whatever it is that makes you feel happy. But truly, we are not ourselves. We are our mission. We will be remembered for our mission. And Yeah, that's important.
You heard it. Stay strong. Love arm wrestling. Thank you, guys. Thank you,
Later,
Devon.
guys.
Wait a second, Devon. It will quickly upload the high resolution. It's okay. You're done. You're done already. Thank you. Okay. Take
Anytime,
care.
brother. Hey, we
Yeah.
never talked about Auden, but I didn't want to bring it up. But another time.
We'll do it. We'll do it one more time. Yeah. Because I want to bring Auden and also
Yeah.
Top Row King together and yeah. That's a
Wonderful.
good one. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks,
Okay.
buddy. We'll see you soon.
See you soon. Bye.